ladies and gentlemen. I am here today to talk about my top 10 Pokemon of all time. I was tagged by a friend, but to be fair, I wanted to do it anyway. Now, narrowing it down to 10 Pokemon is rather difficult, seeing there are, only 720 of them. So it was quite hard, and I've had to leave a few omissions out, which do break my heart quite dearly. So the honourable mentions go to Salamence, Gyarados, Blaziken, Blastoise, who was the starter I completed Pokemon Blue with, which was my very first Pokemon game and the game that got me to gaming, so that one hurts just a little bit. And obviously no legendaries allowed, so that also means Lugia is out, who's my favourite, Mewtwo, Entei, Raikou, Suicune, all the legendaries. But I have managed to narrow it down to 10, so let's get started, and here are the 10. And in number 10 is Scizor, or Sizzle. Not sure how you pronounce it, but anyway, it is the evolution of Scyther. He is a bug and steel type. He was introduced in Pokemon Gold, the greatest Pokemon game ever, which introduced the dark and steel types, and to evolve Scyther you had to get an item called the Metal Coat, and then make it, and then trade it with someone so that you could have evolve it to Scyther. And once you did, he looked pretty cool. He was red, big pincers, and in Pokemon Y recently he was given a Mega Evolution, which looked pretty cool too. So that is number 10, Scizor. In number 9 is Garchomp. Garchomp is a dragon ground type introduced in Pearl and Diamond, the 4th generation of Pokemon, and he is the final evolution of the Gible line. It's Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp. Those are the 3. I really like him. I remember fighting the Pokemon League, the champion. I think Cynthia was her name. Garchomp was a nightmare to beat. And very, very strong Pokemon, has a bit of a shark motif going, and his Mega Evolution goes, it looks like a hammerhead shark, great with the square head and everything, rectangular head, and I think he's a really, really cool Pokemon, very, very cool, and one of my favourites, so that is number 9. Number 8 is Umbreon. Umbreon is my favourite Eevee evolution. He's a dark type. I think dark types are really cool. Still haven't had a dark type gym leader. What is that about? You had to evolve him by befriending. You had to evolve Eevee into Umbreon by befriending him and leveling up at night. And but what made me really like Umbreon was a Pokemon episode. Don't remember which one, where Gary, which focuses on Gary and his Umbreon, and he just looked really, really cool. And I thought, yep, that I want that Pokemon, and I ended up getting him in a lot of my playthroughs. Number 7 is Alakazam. Alakazam is a psychic Pokemon, final evolution in the Abracadabra line. Nightmare to get because Abra would always teleport. I'm sure you'll remember, all Pokemon fans. It was a very nightmare to get, but once you got him, it was really good. And in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, the original psychic Pokemon were really overpowered. They were only weak to bug types, and bug types then weren't very powerful, and dark types weren't embedded to Gold and Silver. And of course he had the 2 spoons, which was awesome, and he had that fantastic moustache, best moustache ever, no one comes close. So that is why Alakazam is number 7. It is number 7, yes. So now I'm on to number 6. Number 6 is... Who's number 6 actually? Yes, number 6 is a Pokemon from the 6th generation, Pokemon Y, and it's Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is a rock and dragon type, and he is a Tyrannosaurus Rex with a beard, and he's red. If that hasn't convinced you, I don't know what will. I mean, come on. T-Rex, beard, red, Tyrantrum, that's his name, it's perfect. So, exactly, that's why I love dinosaurs, loved them as a kid, still do. So, yes, Tyrantrum, he's definitely up there with one of my best favourite Pokemon. Which leads into number 5. And number 5 is Aggron. Aggron is a steel and rock type introduced in the 3rd generation of Pokemon, so Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Final evolution line of Aron, Leron. You could get him. Was it Dewford Town? It was a little cave in Dewford Town. You could get him. That's when I first got him, and his final evolution looks really good. He's this big hulking steel thing with a horn. Kind of reminds me of Nidoking. But yeah, I think it looked cooler. I do love Nidoking, but Aggron's big, steel, very robust, and his Mega Evolution is a full steel type, and it is really, really cool. Number 4. Number 4 is a 4th generation type, and it is Electivire. Electivire is the evolution of Electabuzz, Elekid, because Elekid was introduced in Generation 2. You needed a link cable, well, obviously not a link cable, because you could Wi-Fi and trade with the DS. You needed to trade and an Electorizer. And I thought it was really cool. 4th generation did this a lot. They started giving Pokemon like Electabuzz another evolution, so Rhydon suddenly became Rhyperior, Magmar got Magmortar, Dusclops got Dusknoir, etc, etc. And my favourite of all of them was definitely Electivire. I'm not a huge fan of electric types, but Electivire was really cool, and I definitely, if I could, I made sure he was on my team, because he was just too awesome to have. Yellow and stripes, long tail, big, really cool. Number 3. Number 3 is my second favourite starter of all time. It is Typhlosion. Typhlosion was final evolution line of Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion. He's got flames coming out of his back. He just looked cool. He's a volcano Pokemon. How awesome is that, volcano? And he is a great Pokemon. Gold was my favourite Pokemon game, still is, in the remakes as well, and it was really cool in the remakes because you could have Pokemon follow you. And I loved my Typhlosion, and I remember playing Gold. Well, these were with most of the original Pokemon games. I'd only ever train my starter, so I'd get very far with Pokemon level 8, 9, and he would be level 50, 60, and I'd just beat everyone with him. And so yeah, really, really like Typhlosion. And I really like fire types, as you will find out with the next 2. Number 2 is Arcanine. Arcanine is a pseudo-legendary Pokemon. He was supposed to be part of the legendary trio with Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. Instead of Moltres, it was going to be Arcanine. But the Pokemon Company found it too jarring for there to be 2 birds, and then suddenly this dog-lion tiger Pokemon. So he became the evolution of Growlithe, and to evolve him you needed the Firestone. Very, very quick Pokemon, very big as well. And as I said, a cross between a tiger, a lion, and a dog. Tigers are my favourite animals, so automatically I was going to like Arcanine, and he's also a fire type. And now we get to final number 1. Number 1 is this guy, Charizard. By far the greatest starter. No argument, you're not allowed. No, Charizard is by far the best Pokemon. And I even have a toy, and I have loads of Charizard t-shirts. Charizard was, although not the first starter I played with, because as I said, I finished Pokemon Blue. Blastoise, he was my main starter. Charizard, Dragon, like fire types. His Mega Evolution, at least his X form, they finally made him a Dragon type. With blue flames coming out, big wings. And his Y Evolution as well, although ironically looks a bit more dragon-like, isn't a Dragon type, but it's still really, really cool. And he's just such a cool, good Pokemon. Come on, I mean, he was Ash's in the initial series, and for quite a while was the only starter he'd ever evolved. And the cartoon made him really cool because he would never listen to Ash for quite a long time, but then he's been, ironically, Ash's best Pokemon since. And there we go. Those are my top 10 Pokemon. I would love to hear yours, so hit me with a video response or whatever. If you don't want to, fine. If you give it a like, if you don't like it, I don't mind. But there we go. All right. Cheers, everybody.